Welcome back to No Man's Sky. I apologize if my voice is a little scratchy. I'm just getting over a cold. I'm a little behind on my production schedule, so I wanted to make a video today. Today, we will tour our Corvette. I harvested more parts and tweaked it even more. I also upgraded it to a Class A starship. It was expensive. I also unlocked some stuff for the living wall. So we are finally growing money. Well, sort of. I accidentally stumbled onto the Nautilus storyline and I completed it. So I want to get some technology for the Nautilon Exocraft. We will head to the water planet, install that technology, and test it out. In between videos, I did the Corvette expedition. It was long, but I got a ton of stuff. I brought back 30 plus items that I collected or got as rewards. I wanted to show that stuff before I put it away. So let's take a look at that and then we will get working. Alright, so we go in my inventory here. I saved everything in my inventory from doing that expedition. All of these items here were given to me as rewards, or I picked them up in doing part of the challenges or whatever. So just going through it, there's a bunch of pugnium, which I'm not exactly sure what that is used for, but I know that we're going to need it, so I am keeping this. Then the plasma starship trail, I went ahead and took that off of the Corvette I built and I brought that back with me. I could probably easily made that again, but I figured why not. The other thing was I got a salvage fleet trade unit, and I got that from the derelict freighter portion of the Corvette expedition, and it's an S-class. I don't even have a freighter yet, so I don't even know exactly what this is gonna do, but it just says enhances the trading ability, so we'll figure that out once we get there. But I also got a ton of exosuit expansions and starship expansions and multi-tool expansions. So I didn't use any of those on my character for the expedition. I rolled the dice thinking that I could save these and use them here when I got back to my main character. And I'm glad I did, because I was able to bring those back with me. In addition to that, I got a hard frame engine. I don't know what that's for, but it says it's for upgrading, so I'm going to just store that with my specialty stuff on the Corvette. I got an emergency signal scanner, which means that should show me another derelict freighter, so we'll do that at a later date, just down the road. I got two Hylian brains, I think that's how you pronounce that, and I'm pretty sure the only use for these are to take a sentinel ship or claim a sentinel ship. We'll go through that as we go along. I've got a few of these already, so I'll just put them in storage. The salvage glass, now that is a different story. I got a bunch of it and I wasn't sure what it was for, so I looked it up online, and come to find out, you crack it open and you get modules, you get technologies. So I'll give you an example. I had probably about 12 of these, maybe more, and I cracked open a few and I saw that you could get these sentinel modifications, and it seems like it's for exosuits and it's for multi-tools. And on this exosuit, you can see it's like life support tanks and solar panel power, but it gets a proximity bonus to your shields here. I don't know why that is. It doesn't get a proximity bonus next to your life support. But at any rate, you're allowed to have 3, so I went ahead and got 3 pretty good ones, and I've placed them on for the proximity bonus with my shield. Now we're going to go to the multi-tool next, and if you notice, this is a sentinel multi-tool. So this was part of the expedition, and I ended up getting the multi-tool. I was in the process of claiming the sentinel ship, and I was just swarmed by sentinels. So I had to leave, but I did get the multi-tool, and it's a level B, and it's got 2 supercharge slots on it. Now the cool thing about this multi-tool is, because it's a sentinel multi-tool, it's got a hijack laser, then you can install a regular laser, and then you can put in all the upgrades that go along with it. And it's pretty awesome what you get. So let's just go ahead and let's swap out to our regular one, and we'll cover the details on our regular one in a minute. But I'm going to just shoot off in the distance, and you can see how quickly the bar goes up on that mining beam. All right, it goes up pretty fast. It takes me probably maybe 10 seconds and it'll completely fill up. So let's switch to the Sentinel multi-tool and we'll take a look at that. And we're on mining beam, and we'll go ahead and just start counting down 10 seconds. So 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. I'm not going to count to 10. You can see this bar is going up incredibly slow. Like it's taking forever for this bar to go up. The other thing is it harvests so fast. So we're just going to hit that. That is incredibly fast how quickly that harvests up. So if I go in here, we'll switch back to this one and we'll hit this one, and you can see it's like much slower in its harvesting. And of course, then that heat bar goes up much faster. So what I've done is I've moved everything. Let's go back to the Sentinel tool. Oh, let's go inside. We're going to get a little superheat storm here. So let's go ahead and there we go. So if we go in and look at the multi-tool, I've got a bunch of upgrades for it here, and I've got all my good scanner stuff here. All these additional like scan radiuses and rewards and stuff. And then I've got just a little bit of bolt caster stuff here. This is a leftover bolt caster upgrade from the Sentinel salvage glass. But this is basically what I'm going to use for doing all of my harvesting, and I'll run around with this one out. Now, if I'm going to get into a fight, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this other multi-tool. And let's go ahead and we'll have that on the bolt caster. When we take a look at the multi-tool, I've got some basic harvesting stuff. So if I just need a little bit of carbon quick, I can get it. I'm going to use this to fight with because it's a Class B multi-tool, but it's got 2 slots side by side, 2 supercharged slots. So I can put the bolt caster in the middle, and then right next to it, I can put the best, upgrade that I've got into this supercharged slot. And then I can surround it with regular upgrades and then these Sentinel upgrades. And it's basically fire rate, reload time. It's like so much better. And, that just really, I could probably get one that's a little better than this. And as I crack open the salvage glass, I'll do that. I'll finally take this one off and put a better one on. But you can see like it has got a fantastic damage potential. Over here it's 9,709. This is a Class B weapon. It does have 2 supercharged slots side by side. So I'm gonna use the Sentinel multi-tool for harvesting probably for the rest of this gameplay, and then I'm only gonna upgrade this whenever we have an A class with all 3 unlocked, or an S class with at least 2 side by side, because we'll be able to use it to fight with. Then when we go to shoot, I'll just fire up a couple rounds real quick, and you can see how fast it reloads. Like it shoots super fast and reloads pretty fast. I mean, that is a nice weapon and how fast it shoots. So I don't have a problem with going up against Sentinels anymore with this particular tool. Let's switch back to our regular Sentinel multi-tool. There we go. Now, in our inventory, we have I got some pirate transponders from that Corvette expedition, and some more salvage data, and then a bunch of like hermetic seals, microprocessors, quantum computers, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm going to put this all in my storage where I normally do. I went ahead and brought back these half-habs because they're kind of hard to find, at least for me. And I'm going to put that in my Corvette assembly shop storage up in the space station, just for doing additional builds. And I've never seen this radiator vent piece, so I went ahead and kept it. Now, some of the other pieces, like accessory pieces, I didn't keep those. I, left them in the expedition, but I went ahead and brought this one back because it's kind of rare. The last thing is this tainted metal. I know I've seen this used somewhere. I just don't know where. I don't even know if 405 is a lot. I don't even know what this is used for, really, if I'm being honest. So I'm just going to put that in storage, and eventually whenever we learn what it's used for, then I'll have some already on hand. But you can also see up here I've got some Quicksilver, and that is from the expedition. And I don't think I've done a Quicksilver mission at the Anomaly, so I'm pretty sure that was all from the expedition. I also, while I was kind of laid up and not able to record, did my usual grinding for units and usual grinding for nanats. And we have a ton. All right. Now let's go. Let's talk about the base a little bit. This was our original base location right here, this little prefab. And whenever I was doing that mission to expand the base, we got this dude, and the chemist had like an hour and a half cooldown, and I was like, man, I'm not waiting an hour and a half, so I pretty much ended recording. We're ready to do this next part of the mission for him. We're not going to do that right this very second, but I added this little section here, this little prefab, so that I could continue with this, upgrading the base, expanding the base part. I don't like how the Corvette like clips into the building whenever I teleport in. So I moved this teleporter out with an extended section of base so that if it does clip in, it just clips in right here and it doesn't clip into the rest of the base. And this is just a little covered area that I can go in and out of to go to our main little area. This is not a permanent base, but this is just kind of what I've set up to work as my main hub. While I was bored, I went ahead and built this little section here. This is an additional prefab. I've got my 0 storage. I always put those in any of the little outposts I have so I can quickly get to materials. I went ahead and put in medium refiners. I'm allowed 3. I don't know if the large is different, but I like to go teleport to where I have my curious deposits and pick up the runaway mold, and then I spread them out over these 3 fabricators, because if I put the entire stack into one refiner, I said fabricator, but refiner, it's like 20 minutes to do the whole thing. If I spread them out, it can be around 7-8 minutes to do the whole thing, so I can be doing other things while it's making nanites for me. Again, I got bored, so I went ahead and put this little round prefab out because I've never used one before, and I went ahead and put these little gravitino balls to grow here. And you can harvest these up, and they basically grow every 2 hours. So for me, it's kind of like once a day I log in, just kind of harvest some stuff, and put together my teleporting around to go get nanites and to go get units and stuff. And so I just kind of do that from here, and then go to those space stations and then come back to here. We go over to the Corvette. You can see that I went ahead and expanded so that I've got gravitino balls growing in here in the living wall area. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these, and there's a little glitch when you hit one. It makes them all look like they've been harvested, even down here, but they're still available to be harvested. So I'll go ahead and harvest all 4 of these. Yeah, so I've been storing those here, and I just kind of put those in here until I get a big stack of them, and then I'll take and sell some of them off. Now the sun went down on us, so I can't exactly show off the Corvette, but what I've done with the Corvette is I've expanded it. This section here is a full hab. Before it was a half hab, and then I expanded this section down here with a single hab or a half hab. So now we've got a lot more room. That's where I've got the extra gravitino balls, and then I've also got the windows here and our cockpit. I went ahead and put these boosters on, and these are the, I want to say, Titan Heavy boosters. Let's look and see. They are Titan Thunderbird Heavy boosters, and they've got okay maneuverability. It's not great, but the boost and the pulse drive efficiency is pretty good. I'm going to change this around a bit whenever we upgrade to S class, but we're now up to an A class. I was going to do that on camera, then I got a little ahead of myself and went ahead and did it. But you can see our stats are pretty good. What I'll do is I'll find the video of upgrading to Class B, and I'll chop away the stats positions and just kind of some of the technology sections, and I'll put it down here underneath so that you can compare, because I'm curious at that too, and I won't really know until we get to it. But from memory, I'm pretty sure everything went up to A. When I went up to A class, every one of these sections went up. Now, I was able to put in some additional things, like I think I put in an additional infra knife module, and I think I have the same on here as far as this goes, but I was able to put in some extra shield stuff, these ion barrier and the high energy shield disco ball, this little thing. I forget exactly what it's called, but that right there, and the other one's on this other side here. And then this ion barrier thing is right here, so you can see that. I did change this out. I want to say I was using a different rear engine, and this is the Kineo Stream thruster, and its maneuverability is really, really good. So I was able to use that. When we upgrade to S-Class, I may see if I can use 3 of these and get rid of these booster things, the Thunderbird Heavy booster, because I just would like more maneuverability. So we'll see when we get to that. As far as any of the other stuff, pretty sure I've had this on here, the Asthma class reactor. It's automatic recharge. I may have upgraded to these Magnafield thrusters, launch thrusters here. It's those there instead of the little platform that sticks out. Other than that, I haven't really changed anything else on it. But we've got a pretty good stat increase with that. Now, when we do finally upgrade this to S-Class, I'm going to put some modules on, and I'm hoping that I get these free technology slot upgrades. And if we do get those, then it'll be great. I won't have to use any of these. I'm going to save these if I can for when we build our S-Class fighter. And that's going to be 2 or 3 videos from now. We're going to build our own S-Class fighter. And I'll probably need these to unlock some of those slots. So that's what I'm trying to save those for. But if we have to, we'll use some to expand this technology just a bit more. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me put this stuff away, and then we'll move on to the next thing that we're going to be doing. I was putting this stuff away, and I just realized I forgot to mention this Deadeye cannon. I don't know what this goes to, like what weapon this goes to, but when we go to S-Class, I'll put this on and see if it works with either the Emperor knife or the photon cannon, and if it does, we'll place it on there and get whatever the bonuses that this gives. But for now, we're just going to store it. Okay, so we are leaving the grassy moon, and we're just basically going to the anomaly, and we're going to look at that Nautilus equipment that we were talking about. Okay, so here we are at the anomaly. Let's go ahead and get out, and we're going to go up to the technology section up here for Exocraft. Okay, so I just decided to take a pit stop over here at the Quicksilver Merchant, or whatever that's called. You can see like here are the things in the expedition that that I was able to unlock. I didn't do every exact thing. There was an optional of hopping on somebody else's Corvette and taking a ride, and I did not do that. So I'm just not gonna do any multiplayer stuff. So that's all the items that I have available that I could get, and I guess it doesn't cost me anything. Like, it doesn't cost any Quicksilver. I can just select it, and well, let's just pick it and see.
Collectible received.
Yeah. Okay. So does that mean I can't get that again? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I guess that would be under the build menu. Yeah, it's probably under the build menu. I just don't know where that's going to be located until we can actually get in and build something. So let's go ahead and get up here and let's take a look at this Nautilus technology. So this is Exocraft Research. We're going to take a look over here, and what we're looking for is stuff for the Nautilus. So I believe is that over here? Nautilon. I say Nautilus. It's a Nautilon. I'm gonna keep saying Nautilus by accident, so don't be too upset with me. I got this through that mission. I want to say I did, but the beam and the cannon are 2 things to unlock. So that's a weapon, right? Yeah, and that's for actually being able to harvest things. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. This one, we've got the nanites to do it, so we might as well go ahead and do it. I hate that it kicks you out every time you select the thing. And what is this one? This is the dredging laser. Oh, it's basically a terrain manipulator. And we're going to go ahead and do it. I've never seen lithium in this game, so I have no idea what that is exactly. Yeah, I guess that's probably enough to get us started. I mean, I could unlock some of these things here, but I may end up getting these in missions. So, I'm not going to spend the nanites on it now. I guess I could also put some of these on as well, but it doesn't seem like you have any problem when you're inside your Exocraft. So, at least not the Nautilus one. But anyway, that's going to do it for that one. And I need to unlock some building parts. Let's come over here and take a look. There's something I've been wanting. This is the glass roof. We're going to go ahead and unlock that. I've been wanting to put glass roofs on there. I should probably do the hollow door because I don't like the regular door. But we'll leave it. It's all good. We'll come back over here and we'll get some other stuff later. All right. So we're going to come over and we're going to teleport. And I'm just going to teleport to my bases. And we are looking for water base. And I'm going to tell you, it's not pretty at this place. It's got toxic hazards like everywhere. So I'm just going to, like I said, use that base, that water planet for testing. And when we actually find a nice planet that's a water world, then we may build something there. We're just not going to do it, on this one. We're just using this current toxic planet for testing. And I'm pretty sure my Nautilus is already on the planet. So see, that's the thing I'm talking about. My Corvette comes in right in my base, and so I just built right now it's toxic rain, I guess is what it is. You can see my toxic protections going down. I built this little step out platform for whenever I'm here on a regular starship, and it's just a double. It's got a single storage, it's like a double prefab that are connected, and then over here is all the usual bits that I like to keep at a base or what have you. And the Nautilus is, I believe, if I get down to the water, I built right here because it's got a little walk down. Let's go to Exocraft, and we're looking for this guy. And we'll go ahead and get in. Or not. Let's go ahead and get in. There we go. Now, if we go into our technology, I don't have anything on this. So, everything can be installed. Just need to build it or do it. Let's go ahead and let's say, the Tithys beam goes right here. And we got that. We need chlorine and we need the living pearls. And then the next thing is going to be, this is the terrain manipulator, and this is the cannon. So we'll put the cannon, oops, nope, let's not put that there. Let's remove that. There we go. And let's put it right here. And then the other thing is, that's the engine. So I put that there. Let's just go ahead and build the dredging laser, the terrain manipulator part. And we need some magnetized sperrite, lithium, and crystals, 4 crystals. So we can get out, and I'll go in and I'll get some living pearls and some crystals. I should have some over here. Now, if I have enough is the question. I don't. I think I needed 10. And I don't know if I have enough of that. And what was the other thing I needed? Sulfur? That's salt. It's chlorine. I'm going to pick that up. Ammonia. It was green, whatever it was. So I'm just going to go ahead and... That seems like something that you always need with that. So I'll go ahead and grab that. And we needed some magnetized ferrite. All right, and our magnetized ferrite's done. We're just gonna put that in our suit. And let's go ahead. We'll go. We'll go get in our Nautilus, Nautilon, whatever it's called, and Exocraft. And we're gonna go ahead and do these. And then I probably should have done the living pearl first, shouldn't I? Yeah. That way we can harvest from right there. And then this one is lithium. I've never seen lithium. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm sure there's other technologies. What we need now is we need 4 living pearls. So let's go ahead and dive. And we can do a scan, and there's a clam there. These look like they might be a little easier to reach. All right, let's get out. And it's been a minute since I've been on this planet. It seems like there was some bad stuff that'll come for us. I can't remember exactly. Can we get one here? We might have it right here. There we go. Let's open. There we go. It says you're supposed to like shoot them open, but maybe you get more if you shoot them open. I don't know. No, same amount. Well, what's the point of doing that? I can just go up to them and grab them. All right, here we go. And we'll go ahead and do this one. All right. Now, how does that work? How do we do it? You know what? Can we go into not first person? Where is that? Camera view? There we go. Okay, so that's probably how you do it right there, right? Okay. And if we switch to the Canon... Wait. Okay, I see. And we switched... So we just have the two things. Yeah, because the other one I didn't get done. That's right. So we can harvest a good bit of this stuff without getting out at all. It's a little weird to work. I'll say that. Huh. A little awkward to use, I gotta admit. So let's go back to the other camera view, and it's like, I guess it's just always in front of you. It's like a little awkward to look at, you know, a little weird. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's for use on a planet when you need to use a submarine, but and those guys are coming after me, it seems like, if memory serves me correct. Now, where is our little base at? Okay, yeah, we're harvesting. We're doing it. Because you can't hardly see anything. I guess first person is probably the better way, but it's just so hard to see, you know. I'll always have it here on this planet, so it's not like I need to, have any kind of teleporter thing for it. I forget what it's called, but I don't necessarily need that specifically. All right, we're going to go back down to the base, and it looks like we're above water there. Let's go to... I need to go to a space station, I think. Okay, just teleported into a space station. Let's get up here. I want to go ahead and use the Exocraft expansion, which I want to say I can do from here. Is that correct? Yes, because I have those. Okay, so let's go here, and we're just going to finish this row out. And this one. We're just going to go down the line. Oh, wow. There's another row. How much technology does one need? I mean, that's like a ton. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start working on some storage because we've got a lot of technology slots open, but not a lot of storage. So I'm just going to keep using these until they're all used up. Awesome. That is massive. That is so good for us. I now have some extra slots here in case I have more of these technologies. I don't know that I'm going to get more of those, but I don't know how many more of these you can actually get, but we've got some. So that's good. And we've got a ton more storage. And I assume there's more down here. I don't know how many you're allowed, like what the limit is, but it's got to be more. So that's awesome. That really makes it so that we can expand what we're holding, because we end up holding a lot. Now I'm going to sell these. These were Sentinel modifications that were just not very good. Wow. If we can catch this guy, we're gonna trade for this. This is trade me. Yep. And see if I can get this guy. It's not going to cost me much over my trade. So I switched over to a pre-built Corvette that I had that I wanted to use for trading. So this is an S-Class hauler. I should get some Starship expansion modules from this, I think. I think that's how it works. So we've got the Corvette, and that's trade me. I always build one and label it trade me. It's worth 30 million, roughly 31 million. And this one costs 37.5 million. So for 6.7 million, I can get this one. So I'm going to go ahead and exchange. Now that's our ship, and we'll take a look at it. We'll store. You know, I'm actually going to leave that there. I'm going to leave those there, and we're going to see if we get this back whenever we scrap it. So let's come over here. Wasn't planning on doing this, but I've done it before on camera, but you know, sometimes you get lucky and find something that's really worth a lot. In here we go. We're going to do a salvage analysis, and we are on the correct ship, of course. We're going to get 26 out of that, and we're going to scrap it. All right. Thank you. And we're going to come over here and immediately sell it. So let's see. We did. We got an S-Class pulse engine module and S-Class hyperdrive module and 3 slots for storage on Starship. Wow. Nice. I've been getting that quite a bit. That's the reason why I knew that was a possibility, just from seeing them and doing other trades. So let's get down here and sell these pieces. We're going to sell this. We're going to sell this. We're going to sell this. And I believe that's everything. Yes. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get into our Corvette. And I'm tempted to look at these warp modules and see if I got a better one here. So, I mean, as an S-Class, it's probably going to be something like that, right? And I don't have a place to put it. So let's go ahead and store this technology. And then I will go to the suit, and we're going to put the warp. That's pulse engine. That's warp efficiency. So let's put that in there. And it is 226 and 100%. So we'll take our lowest one, which is this one. We're going to take that off and put it in our suit, and then we'll come back over and we'll get us a proximity bonus. We'll move, come up here, and there we go. So our hyperdrive range has gone up even further. That is awesome. And then we'll take and 221, 226, 257, yep. And we'll put that back on. All right. Now, before we get rid of this, I'm going to take a look at our solar, and we want to see what our upgrades are for hyperdrive range. So we've got this is a not so good one, so we're going to take this one off. We're going to store that, put it here, and then we're going to put this one on because it's better. Yeah, just slightly better, so we get a little bit better on the hyperdrive range. That's pretty cool. Okay. And then the other thing was, this was an S-Class pulse engine, and I think we have 12 and 6. This was 19 and 3. Let's just go ahead and look at it. Let's see if we get some more maneuverability from this. We'll put it in here, and this is maneuverability is 7, boost. All right, so this is already going to be better. Boost is 13. And then we get an additional pulse drive fuel efficiency. So can we store this one? Put it here. It's this one here. Yeah, there we go. And it's right next to our supercharge. I think we want to move this one over here, put this one there. We're probably going to get a little more out of it like that. 10.8, right? Nice. All right, we'll go ahead and sell these off. get rid of these modules that we're not going to use, that were kind of a lower grade. We'll sell, and we're not going to get much for them, but it doesn't matter because we're able to upgrade our ships. So what I'm going to do is we are going to jet down to our base, and the last thing that we're going to do is we're going here, going right there. We're going to warp to Grassy Moon. All right, here we are. We are in our solar, and we're going to do the next step in the scientist mission. Let's go to our missions, and we're looking at this one, and it's scientific research, and we're going to gather data. All right, let's go ahead and hit our save point. It's always a good idea to do that. And I don't know exactly what we're supposed to do in here. Gather data from the building. Okay. First we got to get into the building. It's nice that they built the landing pad on the opposite side. All right, let's see what this guy has to say. All right. We gave him some stuff, and he gave us some nanites. Nice. And that guy was not even our mission. This terminal's our mission. You gotta love it. I tell you, sometimes I get lost in this game just from there's so many things to do. So let's download our data here and return to the scientist. It's like a classic fetch quest. Okay, we're heading back to the base, and let's go ahead and land. There we go. Let's get out and see what Buddy has to say. How many hours wait time is it going to be now? All right, we're going to give him the data. And we've got living glass and a beacon. We already had the beacon, didn't we? Oh, I guess I didn't. And living glass. I don't know what living glass is for. Construct a beacon. Oh, that's what it wants. Okay. Metal plating. 2 of those. And we'll construct it. A save beacon. Let's go ahead and put it in here with all of our other kind of construction bits and bobs. Here looks good. Nice. Let's use it. All right, we got ourselves a save. Sweet. Now what does this dude want? What's next on the list? Yep, confirm, it's done. Okay, so we've got autonomous mining and atmosphere harvester. Okay. Okay, scan creatures. Let's go into missions. He just wants me to scan creatures, but I've already scanned all these creatures. I just want to put one of these out and start it up and see what happens. So let's go atmospheric harvester. I believe it's got to be on the ground, right? Can't be. Yeah. It's got to be on the ground. So we can put one like right here. And I'm just curious at what it will harvest. And we need to put carbon in it. Let's do that. And it's going to give us nitrogen. Huh. Okay. Cool. Nice. I don't know how often it does it, but we're going to be getting some nitrogen. I don't think I actually have nitrogen. You know what? I should probably do another one of those. So these are kind of tucked in out of the way, but they are doing their job. We'll also check these and see if they're full or what. Yeah, so they're doing all right. They max at 250. So I will check these. I try to remember checking before we in recording. They're pretty fuel efficient, I think. We'll let them run, do their thing. I will come over and let's talk to little homie here and see what he's got to say. Do you have the data? I'm gonna hand it in. Unstable gel. So I wonder if he's just going to have us going through kind of fetch quests, doing, what do you call it? Like grabbing these different things, scanning different things, and then he's going to give us blueprints for doing that. Okay, can I give you the stuff? Yes, I've got the ion batteries. Can I give them to you? Here you go. Carbon fiber plans. What does that mean? Okay, cool. And he's on an hour-and-a-half cooldown. Uh-huh. Hey, dude. What's your deal? Is the union break? Like you do a couple things and then you got to take an hour-and-a-half break? Let's do one last thing. We can always come back to scientific research. Let's go to expanding the base. So we're looking here. That's it right here. This has got to be it, right? I could collect these eggs, but we're here to do a mission, so let's do the mission. Let's hit this abandoned terminal. Analyze schematics. So what's it for? All right, we're back here at base. We're landed in real quick. All the way through, and let's talk to you. Now, what's our next fetch quest? Give him the data. And finally, this is what I've been working for this whole time, is unlock these first 5 storages. Holy cow, that's taken forever. Let's check these real quick. Yep, running well. All right, nice. We'll let them just do their thing. And we'll come back to him and give him the things he wants. Give him the pugnium. And doesn't he need something else? Okay, I need to build the weapons terminal. Thermal protection module heat. Okay, let's put that on as well, right? I've got a bunch of heats already, don't I? Yeah, I've got 2 heats right there. Let's go ahead and build this this base thing. It is, what is it? It is a weapons terminal. Let's build it. Sure, we'll put it right there. Okay, well, that was an interesting day. Again, I apologize if my voice is a little too scratchy, but like I said, I'm just getting over a cold, and I didn't want to wait any longer to make any more content, so hopefully the next time I record, I will be doing a lot better. Today we toured our Class A Corvette, and its stats are awesome, and it is really, really functional. I am loving that starship. We will upgrade it to an S-Class ship very soon. We also got the Nautilus upgraded, and we tested it out a little bit. I won't be staying on that toxic planet. Eventually we'll find us a paradise planet. It's a water world, and I'll move a little water base there. We also made a little progress on our main mission. We finally unlocked all those storages for free instead of spending nanites on it. Anyway, that'll do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the content. If so, give us a like and a subscribe. We really appreciate it. And we will see you on our next space adventure.